If you are trying to learn how to be a resin dice maker, a good mold can literally make or break your success. So today, we're talking about molds and where you can buy them. If you are looking for my absolute honest opinion as somebody who has been making dice for about 5 years, I would tell you that you need to spend a decent chunk of money and buy a handmade mold from somebody who has been doing it for a while. That being said, I also understand that cost can be a huge barrier to entry when it comes to dice making, and I am not into gatekeeping. So today we are going to talk about my favorite mold maker and why I think quality handmade molds are the best option, but we're also going to talk about affordable, easily accessible molds and which ones I think you should try. Here's the thing. If you are learning to make resin dice because you want to sell resin dice, you need to understand that eventually you are either going to have to invest in fairly expensive molds, or you're going to have to get really good at polishing your own masters and making your own molds. There really isn't a shortcut here. While there are a slew of affordable molds available on places like Amazon and Temu, I don't recommend those for making dice to sell. And the reason is because the quality is just not good. And to get them up to the standard of other dice makers who sell their products, you would have to put a lot of your own time and effort into correcting those molds. Every single mold that I have tried on Amazon is dull, which means even if you get a really great cast out of these molds, you're going to have to spend extra time polishing every single side. And this is going to add hours to your labor time. So that is the biggest reason why I'm telling you it is actually a waste of time and money in the long run to spend less money on a cheap mold and then have to do so much extra work yourself to fix your final dice. That being said, if you are just trying to learn how to make dice, I don't expect you to spend $100 on a handmade mold. If you just want to see if you're good at this or see if you enjoy this, then any number of these affordable molds is going to be just fine. I am only leading this video this way because I want to manage your expectations and make sure you understand that you get what you pay for. For the sake of accessibility on a global scale, the affordable molds that I am going to be discussing in this video are all available on Amazon. There are some other websites that I have seen similar, if not the exact same molds, but again, I just feel like from a worldwide level, Amazon is going to be the easiest place for most of you to be able to find these products. The first one I'm going to talk about today is the Let's Resin dice mold. I have done a full video review on this mold in the past, and it's fine. But my problem with this mold is there is a very obvious raised lip that you can actually see in the mold. So no matter what you do, you are never going to get a D20 with a perfectly flat top, and it is severe enough that you wouldn't be able to sand it all the way down to correct it. I have seen other companies sell basically this exact same mold as this Let's Resin mold, and just about 2 days ago, I found a company who said they have remade it to not have that lip. I have not reviewed that product yet, however, so I don't want to speak for it, but if you see something that's really similar to this and it says the raised lip or whatever on the D20 has been corrected, it is probably that. Other than that raised lip, this mold was fine. The lid is super flimsy, so you are gonna have to weigh it down with something. And the bottom is also very flimsy, so you're gonna have to weigh it down with something that is also not too much something. So there's gonna be a line that you don't wanna cross with this product. And I have linked my original review video so that you can check that out if you want a more in-depth review of this Let's Resin dice mold. Next, we're gonna talk about the upgraded Let's Resin dice mold. And if you can believe it, I recommend this one less than the previous one. And there's a couple reasons for that. First, the mold is still very flimsy. The lid is very flimsy, although there are some rings of like reinforcement, but it doesn't add a lot. The bottom is also very flimsy, although they did add this little tiny circle, I guess, as a support for that D4. Still very flimsy. The finish on these dice was okay. I would say more shiny and less dull than the other Let's Resin mold. However, while it looks cool, all of the numbers and this little framing detail they've added on this dice are all raised. And what that means, since the numbers are not sunk into the dice and they're raised on top of them, is that you can't sand them. And pretty much all dice that come out of a mold require some sort of sanding to clean up rough edges. And you can't do that at all with this mold because the numbers are raised. Also, the final thing that I found was lots of voids, because there is always going to be an issue with resin shrinkage no matter what resin you use. Yes, certainly some resins are going to have less shrinkage, but because these dice are so much bigger than these dice, you're going to need more resin. And with the amount that you can overfill this mold, given the flimsiness of the lid, I had a lot of voids and I just decided not to even mess with this mold. So I wouldn't recommend this one at all. Next up is the Migugaga D&D dice mold. I have heard that new versions of this mold don't come with the fancy carrying case anymore, but that's not that big of a deal. Let's talk about pros on this Migugaga dice mold, because as of now, this is the only one that I frequently recommend. The first big pro is that this looks like a slab mold. It looks very similar to the type of mold that I would make myself, except cooler because it's shaped like a shield. The lid, while it looks thin, is actually very sturdy. This is a very, very thick, durable silicone that we are using. So the lid is much more secure. I'd still recommend weighting it down. I weight down my own molds, so, you know, just put something of similar weight to the mold on top of it. The keys are pretty clear and easy to see, even when the mold is filled with resin, although I do wish there was something cut into the side, but it's still better than the previous two molds that I talked about. The numbers are fine. They're easy to read and clear. They're not super deep, so you're not gonna be able to do a ton of sanding or finishing work. But again, I'm recommending these molds for beginners who just want to see if they're interested in making the dice. So I don't think the fact that the numbers are not super deep is too big of a hindrance, because I'm not expecting you to spend a lot of time on finishing work at this stage anyway. Finally, this mold is dull. Any dice that you pull out of this are not going to have a super beautiful polished shine to them that you would see if you polished and made your own molds, or if you were buying handmade molds from mold makers. They will all have polished those masters to perfection, so that the only thing that you need to polish when they come out of the mold is those faces that were actually touching the lid. That is not going to be the case with this mold, and that's why I wouldn't recommend this for selling, because you'd have to polish every single side of every single dice before you could sell them, and that's going to take literally hours. For beginners, for just learning how to make dice to see if you like it, this is actually the mold I recommend, because it is the most similar to what we use as dice makers, who make them ourselves or who hire professionals to make them for us. Now, this is the newest mold I tried. This is the CZYY mold, and I'm gonna be so honest, I had very high expectations for this mold. The lid was a tiny bit flimsier than I had expected, but the mold itself is humongous. It's very sturdy. The base is thick. Like, you could throw this and do some damage. So I had really high hopes for this. However, this little reservoir ended up not working super well. I always ended up having to pull a ton of extra resin off the top, which led to raised faces all 3 times I tried to make dice with this mold. I would say use at your own risk. I'm very used to overfilling my molds because that's just what we do as dice makers. And even just overfilling this the normal amount, I just found that the raised faces were a little too severe. And yes, I am putting basically like another mold on top of this mold to make sure that lid doesn't rise up, and it still kind of floated up on all 3 of the pores. So I don't know if this is my favorite, even though I loved the idea of the reservoir. I just don't know if it functioned the way that the creators had hoped. That being said, the font is nice and deep, so the numbers, you'd be able to do a little bit more sanding or finishing work to these dice touching the lid if you do have a raised face, but I don't know if they're deep enough for the raised faces that I was getting using this mold. And then finally, the dice that come out are dull. So again, as with the Migugaga mold and that first Let's Resin mold, you're going to have to do a lot of sanding and polishing to get these dice looking polished. If you are just polishing the 3 or 4 faces touching the lid, that's going to be an hour or 2's effort on your part as the maker. If you have to polish every single side of every single dice, we're going to probably triple or quadruple that time spent. And in the end, is that worth it? There are a few other molds that I have seen on Amazon, but usually they follow sort of the same pattern as all of these ones that I've shown you. And I'm not sure if that's just a case of these being manufactured and different companies buy them and put their name on it. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, but it could be. So I only tried to review one of each that looked similar, just for the sake of ease. And I think in every single case, I did choose the one that had the most sales and the most reviews so that I knew it was the most legitimate. For example, this is the exact same mold as the Let's Resin mold we reviewed at the beginning of this video, but this one was sold by a whole different company. It's the exact same mold, the exact same raised face on the D20. It's exactly the same product. So keep an eye out for that. As promised, I am also going to recommend a handmade mold maker that I think is worth your time and worth your money. That being said, the price of these molds are going to be triple, if not quadruple, the price of these really affordable Amazon molds. So again, if you are just wanting to buy a mold, to make some dice, to see if you like this, to see if you're any good at it, probably any of these is fine, but I would still recommend the Migugaga. I think you're gonna get the least amount of headache and the best finished product with the least amount of effort. If you want to get a dice mold from a handmade mold maker, this is the one that I would recommend every time, and please forgive it being filthy. This is from Nanolab Maker, and I actually chose this one because this is petite dice. So the dice themselves are going to be a bit smaller than full-size dice, which does make the mold a little bit more affordable. That being said, it's going to make the finishing, the sanding, the polishing a little bit harder because they're a bit smaller. So if you want to go the route of a handmade mold maker, I would recommend Nanolab Maker every single time. And if you want to save a little bit of money, you could just buy a D20 chonk mold instead of the petite mold. I think they're around the same price, but with a D20 chonk, you're actually going to be ending up with a bigger dice, which might help you in the long run when you're trying to practice sanding and polishing because you've got a bigger surface area to start with. There are some other handmade mold makers that I have found, and I'm going to leave their information in the description below. However, I cannot vouch for them. I haven't tried them, but I'm only leaving makers that have good reviews on Etsy and positive comments. Thank you so much for diving into the wonderful world of molds with me. Next week, we are going to actually talk about pouring dice. I'm going to make a set of dice using only materials that came in one of my beginner resin sets that we talked about a couple weeks ago, and one of these dice molds. It's going to be the Migugaga dice mold, and we're also going to be doing that without a pressure pot, so be prepared. There's going to be bubbles, but I know that most beginners are not going to have a pressure pot available to them, so I want to show you what you can do without one. Please make sure you have a really good stick lighter. A torch is preferable. You can also use a heat gun, and if you have that and a mold and a beginning resin set, you should be able to follow along on this tutorial next week. And I'm so excited that we're finally going to dive in and make a set of dice, so make sure you don't miss that one. All of the mold reviews for these molds will be linked in the description below as well in case you missed them on the video. And I'll be back next week and we can make some dice. If you liked this video, please click like. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and I will be back next week and we're going to make some dice, and it's going to be super fun.